I guess as they will here in another couple pitches. Peyton Lindauer steps in. She was 2 for 4 in game 1.
Takes the ball up and out there for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Lindauer. As Peyton, one of the 6 juniors on this team, stands back in. Takes another one downstairs for ball 2. 2-0. 1 out, 1 on, and 1 in here in the top of the first inning. Lindauer gets a sign from her head coach, Tiffany Rave, down inside the third base coaching box. Takes a strike there on the inner half for strike 1. 2-1 the count now.
Yeah, that was a good pitch by Tandy there. Lindauer not able to pull the trigger on it. It was a nice pitch on the inner portion of the plate.
There's a little popper right side, going to get down. Boyer gave it chase. Good hustle there by the senior first baseman. Not able to get to it in time before it hit the dirt before the Hawks dugout there on the near side.
Lindauer got the first 2 RBIs of the year for the Hawks. A 2-run single back in the 3rd inning of that first game. Pitch is low in the dirt. Full count. So she'll be able to sit there and wait for a pitch that she kind of likes and see if she can drive something here out into the outfield.
This one, a little floater. Pitcher can't get to it. Shortstop coming on. Fires the first, not in time. Girl pulled the first baseman off. I think she would have beat it anyway. So another infield hit, back-to-back variety there by Lindauer. Kleitz moves to second. Runners on, first and second. 1 away with Heather Himes standing in.
Yeah, that was a good pitch by Tandy. That was a jam job right off the fifth, and just out of the reach of the pitcher, and that ball sat, and it just, well, good golf shot. It just sat right there. Shortstop had to come in.
Himes hits this one hard. Goes off the glove of the left fielder, Calder. Behind her all the way to the bottom of the fence. 1 run will be in. Now 2 runs are in. Kleitz and Lindauer both score standing up. And getting into second is Heather Himes as it hit right off the glove. A sharp hit ball coming in. Might have overran it a tad. Right off the glove and it rolled to the fence. Heather Himes will be on with the air by the left fielder. As Kleitz will come in. Lindauer as well, as I mentioned, 3-0.
Yeah, and she did. Himes hit that thing hard, and she did her last time up, hit it off the right center field fence. So,
as a little floater, right side off the bat of Vasky. She's retired. Pop out to the first baseman for out number 2. Runner on second here. 3 runs are in for the Hawks on the top of the 3rd. They didn't strike the scoreboard until the 3rd inning, I should say, with 5 runs in game 1. 3 spot here early on in the second game. After winning that first game, 5-3, here's Leah Wegman. Catcher pops it up right side. Out of play for strike 1 on 1 to count.
Yeah, see if she can pull one out of that infield here, drive one, and get that run in from second base. Just the second inning of the Hawks have scored, but both times, 5 the first game and 3 now here. So at least when they're scoring, they're putting them in bunches.
Up and out there for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Update from Exide Field. The West Delaware Hawk baseball team opening up against Waverly Shellrock tonight in Manchester. Jared Harris, a senior with a 2 RBI double, put the Hawks up 2-0 in the bottom of the 3rd as they're in the 4th now. Hawks leading the Go Hawks 2-0. Thanks to Matt Weiss, the West Delaware Activities Director and Assistant Principal, keeping us updated from Exide Field tonight. Here it's 3-0 Hawks in game number 2. They won game 1, 5-3. 2-1 the count here to Leah Wegman, the 7th batter in this top of the 1st inning. She skies this one inside the circle. Tandy, the pitcher, calling everybody off and makes the catch, the pop out for out number 3. But the Hawks scored 3 times in the first inning. 3-0 West Delaware. Hawks softball from KMCH Sports. And back into Toll Field here in Vinton. John and Bill along with you. Bottom of the first, a bunt. Goes in foul territory right in front of the catcher, Leah Wegman. And the batter, Elizabeth Davis Walker, standing in. Going to Wartburg to play. College softball. And 10 there in Waverly for the Knights next fall as 1-1 the count. As Davis Walker, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks in game 1. She skies this one left side, going to be out of play. 4 strike 2, 1-2 the countdown.
And Davis 0 for 2. She walked her first 2 times up and stole second both times, and then struck out swinging and was called out on strikes. Well, Kleitz did a nice job of retiring her 2 out of the 3 times. Took that little change up, blowing outside. And again, that was a good pitch. Had it stayed in the strike zone, had her completely off balance.
And there's a ball missing. We're full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hawks scored 3 times in the top half of this first inning. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 like-hit error, and 1 runner left on base. And Davis Walker walks for the 3rd time in this game. And Ellie Glody now stands in, the second baseman.
Yeah, that's her 3rd walk. First game, they scored 3 runs, and all 3 of those runs got on via the walk, twice leading off an inning. So that proves that thing's pretty active.
There's a foul ball. Bunting was Glody. Hawks defense charging in, but a foul ball called first. 0-1 the count.
Davis has stolen second twice here tonight. A little surprised they were bunting on that first pitch to see if she could steal and get down, and then maybe bunt her over to third. She did motion
up in the air. The first baseman, luckily Dimmer did not touch that ball as it went foul before it was touched. As they would have had runners on first and second. Glody was almost to the first base bag by the time Dimmer got all the way in there. Oh, and 2 the count. Here the bottom of the first. Hawks lead game number 2, 3-0. There's a 1 hopper back to Kleitz. He's going to get the lead runner. Dimmer tries to get the double play, cannot get it, but they do get the lead runner of Davis Walker at second base on the 1-6 force out there for out number 1. Glody reaches on the fielder's choice to Kleitz. Great heads-up move by Kleitz. No hesitation. Knew where she was going to go and got that lead speedy runner of Davis Walker out at second base.
Yeah, and you don't always think of that. You know, it's amazing to me. There's a shot in right center field.
It goes all the way to the fence, and Glody's running around third. This is Earhart who hit the, going to be a triple, stand-up triple. The Vikings have scored. 1 run here in the first with 1 away on the 1-out triple to right field. As put a charge into that one, did Earhart, and she has an RBI.
Yeah, she hit that one hard. That's probably the hardest ball they've hit tonight, and did a nice job. Got it right out in the power alley, kill out to the fence. Swing and a miss on that pitch.
Becca Steffen, the shortstop, standing in, the number 4 batter. As Steffen, fielder's choice, walk, strikeout, ground out. Here's a chopper right back to Kleitz. 1-3 on the put out as faking coming home was Earhart, but she wisely stays put. So the ground out for out number 2 brings up Natalie Boyer now. Boyer, the first baseman. Struck out twice, grounded out twice in game number 1, did Boyer, the senior. Stands in here. A runner on third. 2 outs to the bottom of the first. 3-1 Hawks with the advantage. Hawks scored 3 in the top half. Vikets answered for 1 here in the bottom of the first. The 1-0 on the way. The ball downstairs. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. Here to Boyer. Boyer taking your time, stepping around, not asking for time, getting back in and ready to go. Kleitz, the 2-0. Chopped it foul, came inside on her, jammed her at the knees, fouling it off. was Boyer, 2-1 the count.
Yeah, that was a great pitch. Jamming her, she's not going to be able to extend her arms and get any kind of power on that swing. So Kleitz has done a nice job coming in and moving that thing in and out and up and down, and kept that inside on the hands that time.
There's a chopper down the third base line. Lindauer gets it, throws it to Dimmer for the 5-3 ground out to the third baseman for out number 3. 1 in for Vinton Schellsburg. 4 runs in the first inning total. Hawks lead 3-1. Back after this from KMCH Sports. John Bell back with you from Vinton. We're in the second inning, 3-1. Hawks with the advantage here. As 8-9-1, Joanna Voss, who did not play in game 1, is in there for game 2. Takes a strike 2 after strike 1. 0-2 the count to the designated player, Joanna Voss. Voss is a sophomore a year ago, batted 33 times, scored twice, had 5 hits, 4 RBI. She batted 152. Takes the ball downstairs there for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Joanna Voss. 8-9-1 slated for the Hawks here. Voss, Claire Dimmer, and Martin. Hawks scored 3 runs on 2 hits, left 1 on, and had 1 bycatch error in that first inning. Swing and a miss there for strike 3. Voss goes down and pitched down in the zone and couldn't catch up to it. And she's the second swinging strikeout victim for the Hawks offense here in game 2, and it brings up Claire Dimmer now.
Yeah, Voss had some good pitches thrown at that time. Candy did a good job keeping everything down low.
This one sliced into right field over the head of the right fielder, Upmeyer. And Dimmer running her way to second. Now the sharp turn around at third. She'll get in third, sliding in safely as the throw gets by the pitcher on the backup, but the fence right there. Dimmer with a nice hit, a triple for her into right field as Dimmer, the 1-out variety triple, brings up the top of the order down Allie Martin.
And let's see if she can become this year's double leadoff hitter, because that's so awesome when you get that number 9 spot that can get themselves on base, get in scoring position, do things, and set up that offense. Now as you got to roll over to the top of the order, you've got the people that can drive the ball, hit the ball, and knock in that run. So, that number 9 spot, there's too many people think, oh, your number 9 is your worst hitter. And sometimes that's your double leadoff hitter. If the leadoff hitter wasn't there, then she's possibly that leadoff hitter because she can get on base. So nice job there by Claire.
First triple for Claire in the last 2 seasons. Did not have one at all a year ago. Ball downstairs there, 1-0 to count. Martin stands in after walking and scoring the first run of this game in the first. Here's a bunt right out in front of the plate. It's going to die. The pitcher is going to throw it. He gets by the first baseman now. Dimmer going to come home and get in there safely. The Hawks lead now 4-1. Dimmer was dancing out there halfway down, and once she saw that ball get by the first baseman a tad, she able to scamper in home as Martin gets on. Where are we going to go there?
Well, I'm going to give her a base hit,
okay,
but then I'm going to score it an error.
Yep.
Because the runner wasn't going to come home until the ball got by. Well, hitting an error to score the run. Fourth run of the game for the
Error on the throw.
Yeah, I thought I put it in the throw, yeah.
A 1 there as Martin's on first. Dimmer scored on the error after the infield hit. So 1 out, 1 in, and 1 on. Hawks lead by 3, 4-1 here at the top of the second inning. Eve Delaware standing in. She struck out swinging her last time in that 3-run first. Had 2 hits and scored a run in game 1. Here's a bunt left side for baseman Meyer up and over. No problems there. The sacrifice there for the 5-4 on the put out number 2. Martin gets her way to second base. 2 out. And it brings up Macy Kleitsch. Area coverage baseball update from Dyersville, where we were last night for Beckman baseball. The Blazers fell 7-3 last night. They also fall tonight by the score of 2-1 to North Lynn. As a little popper there, Macy Kleitsch ends the inning. Pop out to the catcher for out number 3. Hawks score 1 more run. They lead 4-1 now. To the bottom of the second we go. Hawks softball from KMCH Sports. And welcome back into Vinton. A little cue shot off the end of the bat of Lauren Upmeyer. A little confusion there as Kleitsch was going to take care of herself at the last second. A little hard toss, underhand to Dimmer. She was not able to handle it. And so runner on first. Now Upmeyer is going to go to second after that ball gets by Wegman on the pass ball.
Yeah, the pitch was high, and the batter pulled it back, and Wegman had her eye on probably the runner more than she did the ball, and the ball just got away from her and then went back far enough that the runner got to advance. So
Kira Ott is the designated player standing in to strike after a ball. Now a strike, 1-1 the count to Ott. We did not see Ott here in game number 1. First varsity action here as a strike there, 1-2 the count to Kira Ott. This one's fouled back to the screen off the glove of Wegman in the process. Kira Ott is the freshman, one of 2 freshmen on the roster for Coach Barry Parrott and Macy Griffith, who played sports here at Vinton Shellsbury, 2016 graduate. And strike 3 happenings on the inside corner. And that was frozen, and she goes down for the first K for Kleitsch in this game. 1 down here. Brings up Caitlin Meyer now, the third baseman for the Vikings. This ball was fouled down the line right in front of Coach Griffith in the first base coaching box for strike 1 to count. 1 away. Runner on second. At the bottom of the second, Hawks lead 4-1. Last check, 2-0 West Delaware. Baseball the Waverly Shell Rock at Exide Field, back home at the Beckman Sports Complex in the 4th inning. As there's a ball upstairs, and we're even 1-1. As number 1 and 2A Beckman falls to number 2 and 1A North Lynn in area baseball tonight over at Jink Field in Dyersville at Commercial Club Park. 2-1 North Lynn gets that victory over Beckman tonight. And 2-1 is the count here on the ball, and this is the zone. Meyer ahead of Kleitsch. The 8th batter in this order, Caitlin Meyer, the 3rd this inning, swings through this one on the outside corner at the knees for strike 2. We're even now, 2-2. Good for the West Delaware baseball team. Get off to a good start tonight against Waverly Shell Rock. Always a good competition there, no matter what the sport, against the Go Hawks, as the Hawks now will open up all at home this week with 2 more tomorrow night, starting at 5. Clear Creek Manna is in town. The Clippers from the Wamak West side, so the Wamak Conference getting underway. And there is a ball missing inside 3-2.
Yeah, it's always nice to play Waverly in baseball because typically it seems like, if you're going to get to the state tournament, you've got to go through Waverly somehow.
There's a slicer into center field. Vasky plays it off the bounce and gets it in a hurry. The runner is going to go. Wegman, good decision there. Don't throw that ball around any more than you need to. As Meyer with the base hit, 1-out single in the center. As Upmeyer to third, Meyer will advance on a no throw. So runners on second to third, 1 down. Olivia Coder now will stand in.
Yeah, somebody in the infield needs to be the cutoff and take that so that doesn't happen. They just all kind of stood there and looked and let it go all the way to the catcher, and by then it was too late.
Communication and leadership. Step up and make the play.
Yeah.
This ball's sliced out of play right side off the bat of Coder, the number 9 hitter. Coder batted 8th, played left field in the first game. She got infield hit, popped out, and grounded out. There's a ball up and out, 1-1 the count.
Big batter, Vinton Shellsburg, trailing 4-1, but they've got runners at second, third, base hit. Could bring in 2.
Upstairs. For ball 2. 2-1 the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners on second, third, 1 out. Bottom of the second. Hawks lead 4-1. Pitch outside there for ball 3. 3-1 the count. So the ball outside as well for ball 4. The second base on ball is issued by Kleitz in this game, and the bases are full. For Davis Walker now, the top of the order. She walked her last time up, has walked 3 times tonight, struck out the other 2, and we have a courtesy runner now, or a pinch runner. Well, yes, a pinch runner for the runner at second, Meyer. Number 2 is out there. And number 2 is
Murray.
Raylan Murray, a sophomore.
Looking for some speed. Obviously, if they can get a base hit off the bat on the leadoff hitter, Biff Davis, then she could come in and score. So he's looking to have that leadoff hitter do what she does and swing a bat well and try to drive in a couple of runs here. Hawks leading 4-1 here in the bottom of the second inning.
Murray ran as well last year. She scored 10 runs, 3 of 3 in the stolen base department as a freshman. 2-0 the count here to Elizabeth Davis Walker. They call her Biff. And she pops this one up in the infield. Fly is calling for it, and the infield fly is called by the base umpire out between second and third. The automatic out there on the pop out to the pitcher. It goes officially in the book for out number 2, and it brings up Ellie Glody now. Much needed out there.
Yeah, a big one there with their leadoff hitter and the bases loaded.
Hawks have done a nice job of containing Davis Walker tonight, a Division III softball player on her way to Wartburg. As a tremendous hitter a year ago, 367 average last year. She led the team in hits, runs, doubles, and average as well. And they've done a nice job on her. We talked about just 3 walks and 2 strikeouts tonight, and now a pop-out in a big situation with the bases loaded. Hawks lead 4-1, bottom of the second. As 2 outs here, 1-1 the count here to Ellie Glody, who reached on a fielder's choice and scored the lone run back at the first. There's a ball upstairs for ball 2.
Well, good pitch, though. Bring it up a little bit, and if she swings at it, it'd be a pop-up. So, right idea to try to elevate that strike zone.
And now the 2-1 on the way. Going to ground it right side. Coming on is Himes. A little flip to Dimmer, and she gets her girl. 4-3, ground out to the second baseman for out number 3. And the base is left loaded for Vinton Schellsburg. Takes us to the third inning. Hawks lead 4-1. West Delaware softball from KMCH Sports. Top of the third inning here. 1-1 the count to Peyton Lindauer. 4-5-6 due up for the Hawks, who lead 4-1. Lindauer, Himes, and Vasky against the pitcher, Rachel Tandy, senior. There's ball 2. 2-1 the count. Checking the Major League Baseball scoreboard. Cleveland beating the Cubbies inside Wrigley Field, bottom of the 5th, 1-0. Not as bad as last night. Cubs lost that game 10-1. Here's a scorcher down the left field side, out in front of the Coach Rave. She turned away and was lucky that one wasn't any closer to her. Have to move a little quicker. 2-2 the count. Lindauer turned on that one and pulled it in foul territory. Yankees are beating the Rangers 10-7 in the bottom of the 6th. There's a 2-2 up and out for ball 3. Full count now as Atlanta being blanked by Philadelphia 3-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Elsewhere, Pittsburgh leading Cincinnati 4-1 in the bottom of the 7th. White Sox ahead of the Orioles 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Later on tonight, my partner's team hosting Colorado. There's a ball. Medium depth center field. Davis Walker gets back to it and makes the catch. The F8 fly out to the center fielder for out number 1. Brings up Heather Himes now as the Dodgers hosting the Colorado Rockies tonight at 9-10. What do you think about your team this year?
If we could get them all healthy.
Boy, that's been the case the last few years. This one is flown deep to left field off the bat of Himes, off the bottom of the wall. It'll be a stand-up double. A stand-up double by Heather Himes as Coder got to it, lost the handle and dropped it. Himes would have been at second anyway. But Himes with the double, she's hit the ball hard a couple times tonight. She hit that ball to left field the last time, gave Coder a chase and had it in her glove and dropped it the last time up at Himes. Now she has a double.
Now that's 3 hits in a row because the last time up in the first game she hit it hard to the right center field fence. So as a freshman, that's a nice find for Coach Rave to be able to find something in that bat like that. That's a nice job.
That's why she's in the 5th hole. They've seen something out of her in the preseason. This ball is off the end of the bat. Vasky, second baseman, with her back towards right field. Glody puts it away. The pop out for out number 2 brings up Leah Wegman now, who popped out her last time in the 1st.
She gets a lot of batting practice over there. They live right across the street from the Phil Field in Manchester, and Her and her dad are over there a lot.
That's convenient.
A lot, yes.
And there's a little flare there. Second baseman comes on, fires, errant throw. Wegman will be on first, run scores. Hines scampers all the way from second base on the E4 there. As Wegman able to put the ball in play, wasn't hit hard at all. But sometimes that doesn't matter. Hawks lead 5-1, 2 outs here in the third.
Courtesy runner for the catcher. Number 33, Ella Kolak, going to come in. She also pinch ran in the first game. But again, now, the thing I like to see about what the Hawks have done this game, they scored 3 in the first one, the second one, and the third. Now they're scoring consistently every inning. That's what you like to see out of that offense. That means up and down the lineup, they're getting on base and scoring.
Kolak, one of the 3 8th graders on the roster, along with Kayla Felton and Carly Smith. And standing in here is Joanna Voss. Up and out there for a ball. 2-0 the count here to Voss, who struck out swinging her last time in the second.
She fell behind last time, 0-2 on 2 good pitches at the knees. This time she's ahead in the count, so now she can stay in there. She can be a little more selective and be a little more aggressive as a 2-0 pitch here.
There's a pitch that comes in at the knees on the inside corner. First strike, 1-2-1 the count. Here to Joanna Voss. The junior sends this one up on the play right side. We're even now 2-2.
Kolak was off running on that. Had she not swung and fouled it off, it was interesting. She had Kolak on the move.
Update from Exide Field. West Delaware baseball still leading 2-0 after 5 into the 6th inning. West Delaware leading Waverly Shellrock opening night for the Hawks baseball team tonight as well. There's a throw down, not in time, as Kolak gets a stolen base. 2 outs, runner on second, 3-2. Full count pitch coming here to Joanna Voss. A designated player hitting in the 8th spot for the Hawks. The 5th batter this inning. In the top of the third, Hawks lead 5-1. There's ball 4. Takes the pitch down and in. And she'll make her way down to first base. Brings up Claire Dimmer, now the number 9 batter who had that triple to right field and scored in that 1-run second inning her last time up.
Yeah, see what she can do here in that double leadoff spot again here. Just like she did last time, just hit it hard somewhere, and you know, a good percentage of time, good things are going to happen. Holds the pitch low and gets away from the catcher. Both runners will advance.
Kolak the third, Voss the second.
Wild pitch.
On the wild pitch. Time is called. First time we've seen Coach Barrett here tonight. Entire infield and battery are in, talking things over. 5-1 Hawks lead. 2 outs. 2 runners on here in this top of the third inning. Hawks won game 1. Lasted exactly 1 hour and 30 minutes on a score of 5-3. This game, they scored 3 runs in the first. They've added 1 in the second and 1 more here in the third so far. Then Schellsburg scored their lone run in this contest in the first inning. Dimmer stands back in with a 1-0 count. Tandy ready for the pitch. Taking for a strike. And her half at the knees for strike 1. We're even 1-1.
That was a good take there. That was a really, really nice pitch by Tandy on the inner portion of the plate. It's hard to do anything with that pitch.
There's a slow grounder left side coming on as Stefan fires the first and gets Dimmer retired. 6-3 put out for out number 3. 5-1 to the bottom of the third we go. Hawks softball. KMCH Sports. For the bottom of the third inning, 5-1 Hawks lead Vinton Schellsburg here in Vinton tonight. Delaware baseball leading 2-0 in the sixth inning. Back at home over Waverly Shell Rock. 3-4-5 due up for the Vikettes. Earhart, Steffen, and Boyer. This one's skied right side, going to be out of play.
Earhart still with parents scurrying out of the way there.
Anybody make that catch?
Nope, it hit the trees.
Chris Lings is in the middle of things there.
Yeah, he was going to protect him.
I bet. The wrestler. Good active wrestling hands. 2-2 the count. Pitch outside there. Or even. To the leadoff girl here in the third, Earhart. Here's a bouncing ball left side. Dimmer up and over. Dimmer to Dimmer on the 6-3 ground out for round number one. Becca Steffen stands in now. She grounded out back to Kleitzer. First and last time up in this game number one. As Steffen in game one reached base twice on the fielder's choice and a walk. Up and out for ball one. Hawks will travel to Eldridge tomorrow night for a JV varsity 6 o'clock start against the Lancers in North Scott, a longtime opponent. As you did your homework on them, the Hawks lead the series 12-7, dating back to 2007. There's a pitch outside. That was a opponent that Coach Shookman got back in the mid-2000s. Both teams were competitive. I'm not sure if he knew the head coach at the time or what the deal was, but somehow they crossed paths and they started playing, and it became annual tradition. And it's been home away ever since. Steffen takes the ball outside, and a one-out walk here brings up Natalie Boyer.
Yeah, I think he was looking to upgrade the schedule. I don't remember who they dropped off at the time, but he wanted to pick up a little tougher competition. And there've been good competition through the years. They play each other right in the first week every year, and then they usually run into each other down at Ames, too, at Ames tournament as well. So it's good to see good competition like that.
Absolutely. A strike there to break out. We'll be off front till next Tuesday after tonight. There's a foul ball at the end of the bat of Boyer, and she's down 0-2. So we'll have Hawks softball. Jamie and I will take the trip down to my native land, Anamosa, Iowa, 52205.
Just south
home of the Lady Raiders. Yeah. No such thing. Thanks for paying attention. There's a ball up and out for ball one. 1-2 the count. It's getting a little rowdy at the prison there these days, I've read.
Yeah.
They've had some inmate fights.
Probably part of why they got in there, and they still haven't figured out how to rehabilitate themselves.
My dad is glad to be retired from there for sure. There's a pop to the right side. Going to do a double play, forgetting how many outs there were. Not sure where Steffen. And the pop out to the second baseman for out number 3. So the double play there ends it. Sends us to the 4-5-1 Hawks softball from KMCH Sports. 1-0 the count to Allie Martin. She stands in to lead off the fourth inning. Hawks lead this game 5-1 after taking game one 5-3. Pitch outside and high for ball two. 2-0 the count to Martin, who got an infield hit and was stranded her last time in the second. She walked and scored back in the first. The 2-0 on the way to Martin. Upstairs and out. For ball three. 3-0. The count to Allie Martin. Junior right fielder a year ago. .352 average. .424 on base and 14 RBIs.
Good 3-0 pitch there by Tandy. Took a little something off there in case she was looking to maybe load up on a 3-0 pitch, so wasn't ready to give in to her yet.
And the 3-1 offering from Tandy on the way now. Up and out for ball four. The third walk given up by Tandy against the Hawks offense so far in this game. The Hawks have scored in every inning to this point, trying to keep that theme going. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 more in the third. And lead this game 5-1. Here at the top of inning number 4. Eve Wedewer stands in. Sacrifice bunt out her last time in the second. She struck out swinging. Now she's going to take this one in the arm, and she was trying to bunt, but pulling it back and getting hit in the arm. She'll go down to first on the hit batter. I haven't seen too many of those tonight compared to what we saw last night in Dyersville. We've seen maybe 1 tonight, I think, in that first game.
Yeah. Yep. They hit us.
In the first inning.
Them in the first inning.
Yeah. Timeout's called. That time is called, and we're going to have a pitching change here. Tandy's night is done here in game 2. Coach Parrott out making the switch, and we'll tell you more about the new pitcher when we come back. 5-1 Hawks here in the top of the fourth. 1 on, nobody out. Back into this from KMCH Sports. And we're back into Vinton at the top of the fourth inning. Runners on first and second, nobody out. 5-1 Hawks lead. Pitching change here as Addie Maynard, the 8th grader, comes in for varsity debut. Her sister Alex, now the starting game number 1, as Macy Kleitch is in to face Maynard. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. 5-1 Hawks have the advantage here in game 2. They won the first one 5-3. Last check back home in Manchester. West Delaware baseball leading 2-0 over Waverly Shellrock in the 6th inning. Another area baseball final tonight. Beckman falls to Northland 2-1 in Dyersville. There's a strike taken. Waist high on the outer half. Strike 1 to Kleitch. 0-1 the count. Here to Macy Kleitch, the pitcher of record here in game 2. She got the win in game 1. Now this one is smoked left side past the efforting shortstop. Stephen laying out for it in the shallow left field. Coder comes in and gets it in. And out before a base hit to left field and loads the bases here. Martin to third, Wedewer to second. Kleitch is on first, and Lindauer in to hit.
Yeah, one of the few times that she's let Macy swing away. There's times when she's had runners on base and she's had her bunting. but didn't ever do it at that time. And swung it away and got a base hit.
There's a strike at the knees on the inside corner to Lindauer, who flew out the center her last time, got an infield hit and scored back in the 3-run first inning. 0-1 the count here. Bases full, nobody out. Top of the fourth, Hawks lead by 4. Bouncing ball over the dish for ball 1. 1-1 the count here. Update from Exide Field now in the middle of 6. 2 runs by Waverly Shellrock in the top of the 6th inning. So it's tied 2-2 as they head to the bottom half. There is a ground ball left side. And tagging third. Tagging the runner. Just like that, a double play. Great play by the third baseman. Gained the force. And then the tag out at the plate. Good heads-up play. And just like that, 2 down.
Yeah, it was well executed because when she fielded the ball, she just had to take one step, got the out there, and then had a nice angle to be able to throw home, and a nice accurate throw to catcher Earhart who put the tag on. So great double play by Vinton Schellsburg.
And this ball is hit deeper part of left field, but Coder going over off the bat of Hines. That time, Coder wins that battle. The F7, the Hawks are denied after having the bases loaded, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. Hawks lead 5-1. West Delaware softball from KMCH Sports. Bottom of the 4th here in Vinton. 2-0 the count to leadoff girl Lauren Upmeyer. Reached on an error last time, was stranded. She leads off this last of the 4th. Hawks lead 5-1. Swing and a miss there, and a pitch that tailed down and away from her. And the count's 2-1 now. Upmeyer competed in a shot put field event at the state tournament last weekend in Des Moines at Drake Stadium. Up and out there for ball 3. 3-1 on the count. Upmeyer only a sophomore for Coach Barrett and company. Seniors for both of these teams out of school. Then Schellsburg gets out of school on Friday. There's ball 4. Lauren Upmeyer takes her place at first. Kira Ott now standing in. West Delaware didn't get out of school till next Thursday, the 31st of May. Graduation this weekend for both schools, as the West Delaware seniors will graduate Saturday morning. Different day, different time this year. Let's try something different. 10 a.m. on Saturday morning, the seniors of West Delaware High will graduate this year. And Schellsburg will have their traditional Sunday afternoon ceremony. There's a foul ball off the end of the bat by Kiera Ott. 0-2 the count to Ott, the number 7 batter. She struck out looking her last time in the 2nd. Bottom of the 4th inning. Hawks lead 5-1. Outside too far for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Ott. As the 1-2 on the way, swung and missed. And she's is occupied, so out is the batter, Kiera Ott, on the strikeout. That's Upmeyer at second. One down. Dropped third as she swung at a pitch high and went off the glove of Wegman to the backstop. A little confusion there. I think Wegman knew what was going on, but the first baseman...
I'm not sure Wegman, because she threw it down there like she's trying to get her out. She didn't have to throw that down.
The last second.
That would have hit her and went out.
At the last second, I think she did, but Dan Dimmer was going to the bag. Yeah. Sometimes, there's a liner. Dimmer sticks her glove out right on the line and makes that play. The L3 line out to the first baseman for out number 2. Upmeyer stays put at second. Olivia Coder now stands in. And aggressive Caitlin Meyer was swinging first pitch there. Dimmer, right time, right place, right on the first base line. A couple feet in front of the first base bag. There's a ball outside missing. 1-0 the count now. Here with 2 down here at the bottom of the 4th inning. Hawks leading 5-1. In a game that's just shy of an hour old, 57 minutes to be exact. Strike there, we're even 1-1. And the 1-1 from Kleitch is on the way. It is sliced right side out of play. Back beyond the first base Hawks dugout near the trees down the right field foul side. 1-2 the count. Inside and low for ball 2. We're even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here to the number 9 batter, Olivia Coder. She walked her last time up. In the second, swings and misses there for strike 3, and that is 3 outs. As we go to the 5th, 5-1 Hawks lead. We'll step over softball from KMC Sports. John and Bill back with you. Top of the 5th inning is here. 5-1 Hawks with the 4-run lead. Kyra Vasky, the lone senior on the team, stands in there and takes a strike. Waste die on the outer half. Vasky got a hit, an RBI ground out in her first 2 at-bats in game 1. Been silent since. Grounded or popped out the last 2 times up in here. This game number 2. Vasky graduate on Saturday. She'll head to UNI, and a sharp single right up the middle by Vasky. Starts off his 5th inning on a UNI to major in nursing. Is Kyra, following in her footsteps of her older sister, Nicole. And Vasky gets the 7th hit of the game for the Hawks offense. It brings up Leah Wegman now.
Oh, got a pinch hitter.
And
Ella Kolak.
Kolak will just come in that spot. She's ran for Wegman a couple times tonight, so the Kersey runner will turn into a pinch hitter. Ella Kolak, the 8th grader. Her varsity debut here. A runner on, nobody out. Top of the 5th inning, Hawks lead 5-1. Kolak swings through this pitch outside, tailed away from her for strike 1. 0-1 the count to Kolak.
Yeah, a little aggressive on that first swing. Probably a little adrenaline out there. Went after pitch, so it was probably out of the zone.
8th grader playing varsity ball, no doubt. She's bunting this one. It goes off her bat and behind her. The backstop for foul ball strike 2. 0-2 the count here to Kolak. Runner on first is Vasky. Nobody out. Top of inning 5. Hawks looking for a sweep here tonight on the road in Vinton. They won game 1 5-3. This pitch upstairs, neck high for ball 1. 1-2 the count from the 8th grade pitcher Maynard. So 8th grader to 8th grader here in this varsity contest. See more and more of it over the years. There is a swing and a miss. And pitch outside and away. Went efficient and came up empty. Did Kolak. Swinging strikeout. Round number 1 brings up Joanna Voss now, who walked her last time up, struck out swinging back in the second in her first plate appearance of the new year. She did not play in game 1. She lays off of this pitch, rolling outside, ball 1, 1-0 the count. 1 down, 1 on. We're on the top of the 5th. Hawks lead 5-1.
Addie Maynard's done a nice job since she came in, put out the fire here, and doing a nice job throwing some strikes here and keeping the Hawks off balance. Kyra did a nice job of hitting one right back up the middle with the 2-strike count on her.
Strike taken there. Fly high on the outside corner. We're even now 1-1 to Joanna Voss, the designated player here in game 2. She takes a heavy cut at this one. Comes up empty. Snap throw down. Vasky walking back in safely at first. 1-2 the count here to Voss. Youngest daughter of high school PE teacher, health teacher Jeff Voss, wrestling coach as well, of course, long time West Delaware fixture in a high school. So swing and a miss by Voss. Vasky off and running. She gets to go to second with the stolen base. As Voss strikes out for the second time, brings up Claire Dimmer now. As Dimmer rounded out her last time, she had a triple and scored back in the second inning. And she flies this one right side. Diving effort by Upmeyer in right field, but could not haul it in, and Dimmer gets new life. Long run and a dive there.
Yeah, she's probably lucky it was foul. If it was fair, I think she'd have caught that thing because Upmeyer made a long run there to make that. A great effort out there to try to get that thing in foul territory.
Those are strike 1 on the board, on the count to Dimmer. Claire was 0 for 2 with a walk in game 1. Takes a heavy cut at that pitch. That was near the letters. Went adjacent and came up empty for strike 2, 0-2 the count. And the no-hitter is off the board in Chicago. As there is a ball taken, 1-2 the count. Cubs still trail Cleveland on the Major League Baseball scoreboard in the bottom of the 7th, but Wilson Contreras just had an infield single to break up the no-no. There is a ball swatted into left field, high in the air. Coder hauls it in. F7. Hawks strand a runner. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. West Delaware still leads 5-1. This is Hawks softball from KMCH Sports. Bottom of the 5th is here at Toll Field in Vinton. 5-1. Hawks with the lead. As Vinton Shellsbury starts things off at the top of the order with Biff Davis Walker. The Hawks have done a nice job of containing here tonight. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. She scored in one of those times she walked. Popped out her last time. Running bunt this time, comes up empty, and we're even out 1-1. One and one to count here at the bottom of the 5th inning. This one is going to be the first hit of the night for Davis Walker. in the left center field. Vansky gets to it, but not before a leadoff single off the bat of Davis Walker. The Warper commit. First hit of the night for her. That brings up Ellie Glody now.
Third hit as a team. So Macy did a nice job keeping them off balance. She has walked one every inning. So it hasn't been able to get a 1-2-3 inning here yet through 5 innings. And have constantly pitching herself in and out of trouble all night long. Gave up just that 1 run back in the first inning. Done a nice job here tonight, getting herself out of some spots here every once in a while. Get some good defense behind her and some good quality pitches when she needs them.
The one hopper right back to Kleitz. Good turn. Dimmer to Dimmer. Ooh, that was safe at first. Thought I might have got her, but safe as a call at first. The double play not intact, but they get the lead runner. Nice heads-up awareness by Kleitz again. She fired a bullet to Claire Dimmer. Dimmer did a nice job trying to turn that one down runner on first.
That's exactly what happened in that first inning, too, is Davis got on base, and then Glody hit one right back to Macy and threw it out second. So 2 close plays, almost double plays turned here by the Hawk infield. But good play to get that leadoff run on the Speedy Davis off the base path.
Olivia Earhart standing in now. She grounded out it last time. Takes a ball, now fouls this one in the fence. Not good news for the Hawks at Exide Field in baseball tonight. Waverly Shellrock scored on a 2-out delayed steal in the top of the 7th inning. The Hawks were not able to get the runner before the runner from third scored, so they lead 3-2 in the start of the bottom of the 7th. Waverly Shellrock leading West Delaware 3-2 in opening night of high school baseball for the Hawks tonight back at the Beckman Sports Complex. This one's flared out of play, right side. We're even out, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So tough play there, break there in the top of the 7th. Risky play by Waverly Shellrock, but it paid off. Now the Hawks will have to score to keep that game going back home tonight. This pitch is up and out for ball 3, full count, 3-2.
Yeah, Waverly's done that in the past too. Puts pressure on the defense and make them, make some plays. And especially first game of the year, sometimes you just can't do those things. And you get a little focus on trying to do one thing, and then all of a sudden a good runner.
And ball 4 as snap throw by Wegman. Just seeing what would happen. Timmer putting the tag on the runner, but it was ball 4, so she gets to go to second base as Earhart reaches on the base on balls. Glody on second. Steffen is standing in with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 5th, Hawks lead by 4. Strike to the outside corner above the A's for strike 1, 0-1 the count.
5th walk given up by Macy, 1 each inning here so far. So she's done a nice job pitching, but just hasn't quite found that consistency that she'd like to find. She by no means wants to walk that many batters in the course of a night.
Pitch well outside there. We're even 1-1. This one is hit right side, ground ball, just going to be foul, says the home plate umpire. Dimmer picked it up close to the line there as that line's faded away ahead of the bag. That's a tough one to call. But he, no hesitation there, foul right away, and we go back with a 1-2 count. Here to Steffen. This one slotted down line, going to be foul. That one was in the air that time over the head of Dimmer. And between her and the first base coach, Macy Griffith, for Vinton Shellsburg. 1-2 to count. Here back is Steffen. 1 out, runners on, first and second for the Vikings. In the last of the 5th inning, Hawks lead 5-1. A 1-2 from Kleitz. And it's on the ground. That gets in the hole. Into right field. The runners will be held in check. Good throw in from Wedewer to Wegman right at the dish. As the bases will be loaded with 1 down. Glody to third, Earhart to second. Steffen gets the 1-out single to right. And it brings up Natalie Boyer now, who is 0 for 2 in this game.
Yeah, again, Hawks are going to have to pitch and play themselves out of a jam here as they get bases loaded, 1 out. Hawks kind of in a little bit at the corners, about halfway at short and second.
Ball inside off the plate. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Like that runner on every base with 1 away. Kleitz trying to get out of the jam here. Downstairs for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Hawks done a much better job with free passes here. They allowed 8 7 walks and 1 hit batter in that first game. 5 walks here, and there's a little squibbler out right in front of the plate. Kleitz coming home, just gets her girl on the force out. Good job by Kleitz. Wegman standing at the plate on the 1-2 on the force out of the runner. Glody trying to score as Boyer will reach on the fielder's choice to the pitcher. Bases remain loaded but 2 down. It brings up Laura Upmeyer now. We have a runner at first base for Boyer. We'll have the pinch runner, and it'll be
Rayleigh Schulte.
Schulte doing the honors now.
That base has not been loaded right there. That might have been a base hit because I'm not sure that they would have been able to throw her out of first base. This pitcher coming all the way into home like that.
Tough play. And there's a ground ball right back to Kleitz on the edge of the circle. Throws on to first. 1-3 put out. Ground out to the pitcher. For out number 3. Hawks get out of it. And the bases are left loaded for the second time in this game for Vinton Shellsburg. Takes us to the 6th inning. Hawks lead 5-1. West Delaware softball. KMCH Sports. We've reached the 6th inning. This game an hour and 13 minutes old. And the Hawks lead 5-1. A ball to Allie Martin. She leads things off. Top of the order. Martin, Widower, and Kleitz. Hopefully more for the Hawks who like some insurance runs against this Vicat squad. Ball outside there for ball 2. 2-0 the count. And Shellsburg's now left 8 runners on base. Stranded, the bases loaded twice. There's a popper left side. Third baseman Meyer comes in, running in halfway between the mound and the plate, makes the catch. A pop out or out. Number 1 brings up Eve Widower now. She was hit by a pitch. Forced out her last time up. Struck out and sacrificed bunt out so far in this game for Widower. There's a ball outside. 1-0 the count. Here's to Widower. As Eve stands back in. Running swat at that one. Little poke, and that'll be a base hit for Widower. Her 3rd hit of the night. She had 2 infield variety. What happened there? She stepped on the plate. No, out of the box. Out of the box was the call.
Can't even see it, yeah.
That's what some of us Delaware faithful are saying. The home plate umpire saying she was out of the box, and now Coach Rave saying that the front of the plate is way up top. Now he's going to call her safe. He's changing his call and going to call her safe. Coach Rave pointed the case out.
I'm surprised he's not coming out.
Coach Parrott is still sitting inside the dugout. He is not coming out to argue his case. And you don't see that every day. The umpire's line has been changed.
I would ask Tiff how many times she's done that.
And there is a ground ball left side. Throw over to first for the 5-3 ground out. For out number 2 here.
And don't get me wrong, there's been times that's happened through the years and that doesn't get called.
Yeah, you can see that.
But, yeah.
But that was obvious. She said, well, it's way up here. It's another foot. He's like, oh, you're right. I looked at the wrong line. Credit to him for saying I made a mistake.
Yeah, because usually they won't say that. They'll stick by their gun, right or wrong.
Yes, indeed. As a ball there, 1-0 the count. There's a strike in the outside corner. Above the knees for strike one. We're even out. 1-1 the count with 2 down. Runner on second, the former Wetteler got on with a base hit to left field. And the voice being called out thanks to head coach Brave. There's a ball in the dirt. Downstairs for ball 2. 2-1 the count. And after leading that game 2-0 for a couple innings, the West Delaware Hawks have lost tonight in baseball. They moved to 1-0. And there is going to be a foul ball. Yep, foul ball just left of the line. That is a foul ball. Good call by the home plate umpire. Just left of the line. Down the third base side, as off and running was Wetteler. She was going to score.
Yeah, I'll bet if they go down and look, that probably missed by less than a half.
It was
probably. Yeah, it was very close.
From here. 2-1 the count. Here to Lindauer. 2-2, I should say now, on the foul ball. This one's popped up left side. Going to be right near the line. Third baseman comes on, makes the basket catch, and the pop out for out number 3. 1 hit. 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 6. Hawks still lead 5-1. Back after this from KMCH Sports. Bottom of the 6th inning is here. Hawks lead 5-1 here in Vinton at Toll Field.
Another no-hitter going on tonight.
Where at?
Los Angeles.
Oh, already after 5 minutes of play?
Yep.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Yep. First 2 up, first 2 down.
This one off the end of the bat out of play. Foul ball strike. I'm glad you're amused by that. 0-2 the count. Is Oral Hershiser on the mound by chance?
He could be. I don't think it's I don't think he's like
how about Fernando? Is Fernando pitching?
He's later. He's going to close. Yep, he's going to close.
And there's swinging strike 3 off the bat of the Kira Ott, the 7th girl here. 7-8-9, Oddmeyer and Coder. Here for Waverly Shellrock. Hawks lead by 4, 5-1, bottom of the 6th inning. This one's hammered off the fence behind home plate. Hawks with 10 hits in game 1. 8 here so far in game number 2. Only 1 error on the night. There's a hard grounder past Clyde. Second baseman fires. Great play there. As Himes, a low throw, but a great stretch and dig by Dimmer at first. Taya gets the second out for her team on the 4-3 ground out to the second baseman for out number 2, and it brings up Olivia Coder.
I think that might be a 1-4-3. I think it went off plate.
You're right, it did. Yeah, technically 1-4-3.
So that was a great play by Himes to get over there, be able to throw her out.
Slow it down, probably deflected the direction a little bit. She had to find the ball a little bit on the run. She did a nice job of it. Stop and balance her throw. A low throw it was, but again, Taya Dimmer with a great scoop. This one, foul ball to play after. First one was the same direction for 2 strikes now. 0-2 the count. Here with 2 down. Bottom of the 6th inning, Hawks lead 5-1. Delaware baseball team, if you're just joining us, fell tonight. A little bit ago, back home at Exide Field, 3-2. After leading that game 2-0 until the 6th, and then fell behind 3-2 and lost 3-2 in the 7th. They'll return to action tomorrow night at home again in the Wombat Conference play against West Division foe Clear Creek Amana. 5 o'clock double varsity header tomorrow night at Exide Field. It's a ball outside, missing low. For ball one, 1-2 the count. Here to the number 9 batter, Olivia Coder. The 1-2 from Kleitch. Hard grounder left side. Dimmer gets in front of it. Down and over to Dimmer. 4 out, number 3. 6-3 put out. Takes us to the 7th inning. Hawks lead 5-1. West Delaware softball from KMCH Sports. Grounder deep in the hole. Up that Heather Himes hitting it hard again tonight. She's not stopping. Goes around first into second as a hard grounder, hot shot. Hit off the right foot and bounded in foul territory of the shortstop. That's a tough play. Yeah. I don't know. It was hit hard, kind of a liner. When she got to it, she wasn't balanced, wasn't squared up. I'd give it a hit.
Yeah, me too. I gave it a hit.
Dancing on to second as they got by her, and now
ground ball to third, picks it up, throws over to first for the out. And then Himes had a nice base running. She was halfway there and comes easily into third then with one out.
Tyra Vasky with the ground out there. Himes gets over to third with one down. As this is Wegman back in to hit for herself. She was pinch hit for last time by Ella Kolak. She's swinging first pitch, skies it. Now a fake on the tag from third as they fly out to Coder, the F7 for out number 2. Brings up Joanna Voss now as Himes stays put at third. Voss struck out, walked and struck out in this game.
Pinch hitter number 10, Eva Wynn.
As Wynn will get a chance to pinch hit here, as we saw her pinch run in the third inning of game number 1 for Peyton Lindauer. Chance to bat now is Eva Wynn. No at-bats as an 8th grader a year ago. So her first varsity career bat here right now. She scored 9 runs a year ago as a courtesy runner. She was 1 for 1 on the base pass. A strike and now a swinging strike. She's in the hole 0-2. And hitting for Joanna Voss in the 8th spot here with 2 outs and 1 on in the top of the 7th inning. Ball upstairs. And the count moves to 1-2. Wynn back in. And ready. Off speed, waited on it, pops it up left side. Shortstop is there and makes the catch. Pop out for out number 3 since it's the last of the 7th. Hawks need to hang on here. They're up by 4, 5-1. West Delaware softball from KMCH Sports. Macy Kleitz begins her 12th inning of pitching tonight. We're in the 7th inning. She came in midway through that 3rd inning back in game 1. Picked up the win 5-3. Now working on a second win of the night. 5-1 Hawks lead here in the bottom of 7th inning. 1-1 to count to the leadoff girl, Biff Davis Walker, as she got her first hit of the night. Last time up in the 5th. Here's a slow roller right side. Himes up and over. Good stretch by Dimmer. Gets her girl. 4-3 ground out to the second baseman. Round number 1. Hawks 2 outs away from going 2-0. And sweeping the Vikings here tonight on the road. Ellie Glody now stands in. Reaching a fielder's choice 2 or 3 times up. Grounded out the other time in this game. Glody hitless on the night. She walked and scored back in the 3rd inning of game number 1. A ball there, 1-0 the count. Hawks will be back at it with the road trip to Eldridge tomorrow night against North Scott. This one skied right side. Winterwer comes in, makes the catch in shallow right field. Fly out to the right fielder for out number 2. That brings up Olivia Earhart now. And Kleitz is continuing to get it done tonight here. Nice performance for her for night number 1. And you need teammates to step up and help you out sometimes. Klosman didn't have it earlier in this in the night. In that first game, she struggled, as we saw. 4 walks in a row. Coach Rave decided to come with Kleitz, and she's been out inside that circle for the Hawks all night. And Klosterman will come back and be ready to go tomorrow night, you would presume. But it's been Macy's night inside the circle tonight, and good to see for her.
Yeah, she's pitched herself in and out of trouble. She's had a few walks herself, but she's always been able to make some quality pitches. The defense gets them outs and just save themselves from some further damage. So she's done a really nice job. Pitched 5 innings that first game. She's gone the whole way of this game.
This one is popped up out of play for strike 2. 1-2 the count to Earhart. Walked her last time up. Had a hit. And RBI, scoring the only run of the game back in the first inning. Hawks lead 5-1 here at the bottom of the 7th inning, with 2 outs and a 1-2 count on the 3rd batter, Earhart. Kleitz ready. 1-2 on the way. Outside and low, ball 2. We're even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hawks are off this weekend, and then have their barrage of tournaments in the month of June. Starting next weekend in North Fayette Valley. There's a fly ball, shallow right field. Winterwer comes in, puts it away, F9 for out number 3, just like out number 2. And the Hawks get the doubleheader sweep here tonight. Final scores of 5-3 and 5-1. We will take a quick break, come back. Start our postgame next. Hawks with a doubleheader sweep here tonight in Vinton. Back after this from KMC. Back inside Toll Field here in Vinton, West Delaware softball gets the sweep at night number 1 of the new season. 5-3 in game 1, 5-1 in the second game. As the Hawks now lead this series dating back to 2007, 14-0, as they didn't play in 4 of those seasons, but in the 7 seasons, now 8 seasons they have. 14-0, the Hawks lead the series. Last win here was back on June 18th, 2014. Hawks now improved to 6-0 here at Toll Field over the Vikettes, and 14-0 in the all-time series since 2007. The Hawks with the doubleheader sweep, and we'll be off to Eldridge tomorrow night for the JV varsity doubleheader starting at 6 o'clock. They'll be off this weekend, and then they'll be back in action down in Anamosa for WAMAC East Division play, opening up the conference against the Lady Raiders for the final time ever, as Anamosa will go to the River Valley Conference in all sports starting in the fall, as Jamie and I will make the trip down to Jones County on Monday night next week because of Memorial Day, of course. So Tuesday night we'll be on there for 6 o'clock. Or West Delaware softballs. They take on Anamosa, who was an improved team last year, and they've got a lot of their young talent back. New coach, another new system in there for Anamosa, but we will see how that goes on Tuesday night as we take a look at the totals in this game. Hawks with 5 runs, 9 hits, just 1 error defensively for the night. There's none in the first game. They left 9 runners on base, struck out 4 times, all swinging variety. 3 passes were 4, 3 walks, and 1 hit batter. For the Vikings, 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors, 8 runners left on base, 4 strikeouts, 3 swinging Ks, 1 looking, 5 walks, no hit batters. The game lasted 1 hour and 29 minutes, 1 minute less than that first game. 1 hour and 30 minutes here tonight as the Hawks get the doubleheader sweep 5-3 and 5-1. Overall, not bad. You like more, and you're going to have more runs than 5, but good offensive output tonight with 19 hits in the 2 games, 10 in the first game, and 9 in the second game against more consistent to not strand as many runners with 9 left on here in the second game, 8 in that first game. But overall, not bad for opening night.
Yeah, some great things happened. Emily Klosman just didn't have in that first game, but man, Macy Kleitz came in and finished game 1 and then pitched a complete game in game 2 and picks up both victories here tonight. And she just did a nice job. She got herself into trouble a couple times, but man, she bear down and pitched herself out of trouble. And the defense played relatively spot. I think they had 1 error in the 2 games, and they did a nice job. One thing, sit there and they left too many people not maybe going to be quite as happy about that as what you'd like to see. But overall, they did a nice job. Hit the ball well, and that's the pitching that the Hawks have. 5 runs every game. I'd take a chance and see how many games that they could win, because there's not too many times when the Hawk pitching staff is going to give up more than 5 runs, and he plays not going to be a lot of scoring. So 5 runs every night, I'd take my chances.
Bringing Coach Tiffany Rave now, 2-0 on the season after the doubleheader sweep here tonight. And the Hawks coming out, we just talked about the hits tonight, 19 hits. You like a few more runs. You get 10 on the night, but you'll take it for this night after it started out in game number 1 very tight. And some nights as a pitcher, you just don't have the control. And that's what Klosman was facing. But what a night for Macy Kleitz to come on and really shut the door on the Vikettes offense here tonight.
Yeah, I think Macy really did a good job coming into a tough situation and getting us out of a big momentum swing, really. Really hit her spots well. Her curveball was moving nicely, had a nice mix. Just really proud of how she held her composure for, really 1.5 games there. And so, like you said, we struggled there a little bit tonight, but I have no doubt she'll bounce back tomorrow. That's just part of being a pitcher.
And the offensive side of things with those hits, too many runners left on for your comfort, I'm sure, as the season progresses here. But those are the learning things here early on in the season. But the offense, of course, last year we saw inconsistent at times, and that was the focal point of the offseason, I'm sure, of the girls getting better. And it was great to see 19 hits tonight.
It really was. You know, you hit it right on there. The girls focused on hitting all winter long, and they worked their butts off. And so tonight, to see them step at the plate and hit a lot of balls hard. And I told them when we started, I said, you know, I don't care if you don't get on base. I want to see the hard hits. I want to see the ball popping off the bat and you guys swinging the bat, you know, aggressively. And we really did that tonight. Like you said, yeah, I would love to post more than 5 runs in both games, but that part's going to come. If we keep swinging the bat like we did tonight, I have no doubt that we will get those runs across eventually.
Putting the ball in play and putting pressure on the defense, always something that we talk about, and I know you stress that to the girls.
Yeah, we really do. You know, the putting the ball in play hard, great things happen in this game. On the ground, on a line, it puts pressure on your defense. And, you know, we can say that from the defensive side as well, is when somebody's really hitting the ball at you hard, great things do happen. And so to see, you know, from 1 to 9, really cranking on the ball, you know, Allie and Eve at the top there, and Macy and Peyton and Heather and Claire and Kyra. Gosh, I honestly, I can say just about everybody's name tonight. I think got a nice hard hit off the bat. And
one girl that impressed us, because we haven't seen her before, the freshman Heather Heimsborn. She hit the ball hard a few times here tonight, and a reason why she's in that 5th spot in the order. You saw something for her in the offseason here, and you have the confidence of her, and she performed tonight.
She really did. So proud of the way she's swinging the bat. In practice, she's been aggressive, and she's been getting those hard hit balls, and so she earned her spot in that 5 spot. And I know you guys all saw it tonight when she stepped up to the plate. I mean, great things were going to happen. I think there was twice even. You know, she might not have gotten on 2 of those hits, but she hit that ball high and she hit it far, and she gives us a great chance when she's up to bat. And super proud of her approach at the plate tonight.
And then one of the things I was really impressed with tonight compared to last year's team is I thought they came out and played really well defensively. You know, and as a pitcher, when you're inside that circle, you just kind of love it when your players are making plays behind you. But then Macy made some of those plays herself out of that circle as well, too. But, you know, I think I had 1 error in 2 games, you know, so they just, you know, they got themselves in trouble, but it just seemed like they knew what they had to do to get themselves out of trouble.
They did. And, you know, I just told them in the huddle, I said, you know, yeah, we have some stuff we got to go back and work on. But who doesn't after their first game? But the thing that I loved is mechanically, we did things right. We fielded the ball. We made the throw. We caught the ball in the outfield. You know, all of our errors tonight were just mental. And those are things that we can go back and practice and we can fix. And so I 100% agree. It lets your pitcher really go to work. It gives her some confidence that she's got a defense behind her. And I think our defense played great tonight.
Yes, indeed. You'll take the trek to Eldridge tomorrow night for JV varsity doubleheader starting at 6 o'clock. So one more game this week, one less game than you're expecting with the rain out of Waterloo Columbus on Monday night, but 3 games in this week, and then you'll head into conference play next Tuesday down to Anamosa.
Yeah, I think we're excited to go down to Eldridge tomorrow night. You know, we always have a good battle with North Scott. We know we're going to go in and face a great pitcher. They return a lot of their lineup and their pitcher. And last weekend we got the opportunity to go down to Jefferson, and we got to face 2 great pitchers. We faced Prairie and Assumption, and so we know what type of pitching we're going to see tomorrow night. And I think it's going to give us a good idea of A, where we're at offensively, what we need to work on, but B, just, you know, going to go in and see some great pitching and see some great defense and have to be ready to go.
And the Class 4A school as well tomorrow night on the road in Eldridge for the second night this week on the road, and then keep that theme next week before you finally get to return home till next Wednesday night. We'll see you down in Anamosa next Tuesday. Good luck tomorrow night.
Well, thank you, guys.
You betcha. Tiffany Rave, the head coach of the West Delaware Hawks, after her team gets the 2 wins here tonight, 5-3 and 5-1. Once again, totals in game number 2 for Vinton Shellsburg: 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors. They left 8 on base, struck out 4 times, 3 swinging, 1 looking, and walked 5. The Hawks offensively in game number 2, 5 runs, 9 hits, left 9 on, 4 swinging Ks, no looking. They had 3 walks and 1 hit batter and only 1 defensive error on the night, as we talked about, in a game that lasted 1 hour and 29 minutes. Total on the night, gameplay 2 hours and 59 minutes here from Vinton, as the Hawks are 2-0. Unfortunately, West Delaware baseball falls tonight at home after a hard-fought effort to Waverly Shell Rock. Hawks fall at Exide Field tonight by the final of 3-2 as the Go Hawks took the lead in the top of the 7th inning, held on for that 3-2 win. Good luck to Coach Lahr and company tomorrow night. So open up Walnut Conference play with West Division foe Clear Creek Amana at home at Exide Field. 5 o'clock start time tomorrow night, as we'll have Hawks baseball on the air for the first time next Wednesday night, as Bill will have the first game of a doubleheader against Oline at 5. I'll have the second game as they take on Clear Creek Amana around 7:45. But our next high school sports broadcast covers West Delaware softball next Tuesday night. Jamie and I will take the trek down to Anamosa for the Hawks taking on the Lady Raiders around 6 o'clock Tuesday night. Good luck to the Hawks. Until then, have a safe graduation weekend, everybody, as the Hawks get 2 wins here tonight, 5-3 and 5-1. That's going to do it from Vinton, from Toll Field. Thanks for the hospitality here, Bob and Sharon, the clock and PA here tonight from Vinton. Thanks to Jim Struve, the AD, Vinton Charlesburg High School, and Coach Parrott as well for the hospitality here tonight here in Vinton. The Hawks take a 14-0 lead in the all-time series since 2007 over the Vikets with the doubleheader sweep here tonight on the road. Thanks, everybody. Back in the studio, Ashley Vick and Nick Jurgens and company. That's going to do it here. Have yourselves a good and safe rest of your Wednesday night. So long, everybody. A great Memorial Day weekend to you. John Swisher saying so long from Vinton, Iowa.